What is up, everybody? Well, we're making progress on the 4440. Mrs. G over here is working hard. She's dynamatting the clamshell covers for the dashboard because deere wanted a stupid amount of money for the insulation, like $200 a side. I was like, nope. I'm getting ready to disassemble this seat, scrub all the pieces, and then put new seat cushions on it. Got another pile of parts, new wedges, new tie rods, all kinds of stuff. I don't think when we left off on the last video, I don't think we had the black painted yet, but the black's all painted. It looks nice. And we go the extra mile and try to do things right. So Mrs. G dynamatted the whole inside of the cab. That stuff really makes a big difference on noise, and instead of having like the rattly noise, it makes it way more solid. But put that down before we put all the new upholstery in. I've got a new, this is cracked, I've got a new bezel, so I'll have to pull the steering wheel. Mrs. G's gonna put the cab kit in it. We go with the Pro Form or Pro Form. They're already molded, like you just use like construction adhesive, liquid nails or whatnot, and just stick them in there. You don't get all the wrinkles and everything, but you just follow the instructions. It'll tell you what number to start on, like which order to put them in. It's the way to go. But right at the moment, I'm putting the new block heater in. The threads on this pipe that goes back to there's a heater hose back here somewhere. That stripped out when I was trying to take it off to get it out of the way to do the block heater. So I've got a new one, and a new fitting here. I'm gonna put the block heater in. I'll put all new belts on, new coupler, pump coupler bushings, even though these look like they've been changed recently, but put them on. Then we can start put the radiator and hydraulic cooler and AC, all kinds of stuff we can put back on. Now we still have parts and pieces that need to be painted, like the hood and front axle, but and the yellow, the wheels and the hubs, but it's because I just pulled that heater hose up out under the cab.
The time I think it's all off.
All right, just wanted to show you guys where we're at right now, and once we start putting cab upholstery in, or once we get this cab all like brand new again, then we'll bring you back here. But I've got all new everything, weather strip for the door, for all the windows, That's all in this box. New battery, J-bolts. Even got a new doorknob. It's around here somewhere. This is all door hinge pins and bushings out here still. Oh, look at that. I'm changing that because whenever I took it apart, where it rotates to open the door, see how it's like almost rounded instead of square, it's rounding off big time. So eventually you'll go to get in and it'll just turn, but it won't unlock the door. So I got that. All right, we're making progress. Mrs. G is putting in the lower cab upholstery kit. It looks real nice.
Oh yeah. There, you can see around the.
She's doing that. She's got the cab all dynamated. This is the difference between just doing a paint job and going the extra mile, I guess I would say. Especially things like taking all the screws and bolts. Mrs. G painted all of them. Like, this takes a tremendous amount of time to do it right, but I prefer to do it right or don't do it at all. Got the block heater, new block heater in, pump coupler bushings and the coupler back in, new fan belts. I'm gonna put the AC back on once paint dries on that. Got the seat all torn apart. Washed all the pieces of it. Getting ready to put the new cushions on. This Dynamat stuff really makes a big difference on quieting stuff down. But that and just little things like I just drained the engine oil, changed the filter. This fuel hose doesn't look too great, so it'll look a lot better with the new one in there. This ether start aid, the solenoid was bad, so I just ordered a whole new assembly for that. But the fuel prime pump screen, I ordered a new one of them. It's just slow go. Helicopter over there spraying my corn. It's pretty wild how those guys bank stuff. Man, he can flip that thing around. These guys are pretty damn talented. The old saying was always, what, knee high by the 4th of July? It's July 11th right now, and I'm having fungicide sprayed. Watch him here when he flips around. That's a pretty fast turnaround. All right, before I put the cover and all of this back on, at the beginning of this series I said this thing would get caught up and not want to come out of park. Well, there's the old shift plate or shift guide. You see how worn out that is compared to the new one? So that was allowing the two pins in there to be able to go around each other. So I changed that. I changed that cable. That's the park brake cable, or park gear, whatever you want to call it, cable. Then I just got done lubing all that up with fluid film. Now it's just like butter. So I'm getting that done. The lighting in here isn't great, but the headliner's all in. New speakers for the radio. Radio's back in. And like a dumbass, I just knocked out all these little freaking grills on this one. None of them broke. It's just you want to have a freaking mental breakdown. Try getting all of them back in the track and in the holes. So I'm gonna have to take this cover back off and do it on the bench, but Mrs. G put all this in, the updated cover with all the extra vents. So got one of the new pieces of side plastic in. Gonna button this whole shift console up, and then put the other corner plastic piece in. Then we can put the floor mat in. I've been bouncing around between this and the motor on the Steiger. Gets a little overwhelming after a while, but got all of this buttoned up, and then I've got one of the new lights put on up there. That looks a lot better. The new style ether canister thing. I always make up a short section of pipe with a cap on these older John Deeres, so when you change the oil, take the cap off, and it's just enough to keep the oil from running all down the frame. But that's all buttoned up. New screen in there. All right, we're making some progress. Just got the radiator put back in it. Mrs. G is priming and painting all the wheel lock wedges. And she is working on glass right now, changing out all the weather strips. She's freaked out because she's afraid the glass is going to break. We just put that section of glass back in. We're going to put the side windows all back in. She already replaced all of the weather stripping for the two side windows. Then we'll throw the fenders back on it. All right, guys. I was going to try to finish this video out with even more done, but it would make for a very long video. So we just got the AC condenser and hydraulic cooler in. We got 3 of the windows in. We got this fender sitting on there. It's definitely coming along. I got 2 new rear rims because the one was cracked. I already have them. They swapped my tires around for me on them. Mrs. G's got all of this painted to mount the rear wheels, so I'm gonna say that we're gonna have, oh yeah, and today we put the roof on. new antenna, and 4 new LED hazard lights. I don't know, Mrs. G, what do you think? 2 more episodes?
It's taken a while.
Because we still have,
Gotta prime and paint all that.
yeah, we gotta rebuild the front axle and put it on, paint the center rear hubs, the front wheels, put all new wheel bearings in, put the lights in on the fenders. Still got to paint that door, that little door, put that windshield in. The door needs fabrication and welding on it. I got to weld that. Both battery boxes need fabrication, welding. So I'd say 2 more videos, and we'll be pulling her out for the final. So it's been like 100 degrees out.
It's been miserable.
It's been horrible. We got we got 2 AC, portable AC units running and a fan, and I just looked at the indoor temp on our clock, and it's still 80 degrees in here. The humidity has just been brutal.
It makes me feel bad. Our poor Jack's out working construction all day in this stuff.
Yeah, welcome to adulthood.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll have
See
another
ya.
one soon.